Hi, folks, and welcome to week number 4. This is also the beginning of unit number 2. So what we're really doing here is finishing essay 1. Our final draft is going to be due midway through this week, and then beginning essay number 2. We'll actually get that assignment next week during our work. We're going to do a little bit of reading and writing this week sort of in order to get prepped for that. Okay, so this week, we're going to watch the week 4 video. You guys are doing that right now. Watch the video on essay structure. Yeah, I know you've learned about essay structure. You learned about it in 101. You learned about it in high school. I want you to watch the video and think about what I talk about in there and ultimately what we do when we try to structure essays, because your essay obviously is coming up. Then, of course, write the essay 1 final. All right. Then by Thursday, so a week from today, complete the essay 1 reflection. I want to show you that in just a second. There are 2 scholarly studies I need you to read. They do actually require a bit of time. I want you to take them seriously and work on those. Write annotations of Peters and Fowler's, and then begin the research discussion. Okay, let's go ahead and go down and take a look at all of that. Again, stuff for Monday, pretty self-explanatory. The video you're watching right now, the essay structure video, and the final draft of essay number 1. Then, the week 4 readings and annotations. So I've got the readings here as well as they're linked up top, of course. And then annotations. Turn in 2 annotations, 1 of each. 1 for Peters and 1 for Fowler's. Again, this is some practice. Working on summarizing scholars' words in your own words to a lay audience. Okay, how do we explain this difficult to understand scientific research to a lay audience? And that's what we want to work on. So we'll see right there the readings and annotations. And then finally, we've got the research discussion round number 2. All right, so that research discussion, these are going to be the same groups we used last week for our research discussions, okay? And again, I'm going to come in and comment along the way. Now, I'm actually going to give you guys a Google Doc to work in this week, okay? And I'll show that to you in just a second here. So your group should work to answer this question. Why do Fowler and Peters reach different conclusions? You guys are going to read those, of course, from the reading page right here. They come to different conclusions. They're trying to answer the same basic question, which is, what's the impact of diet soda on your ability to lose weight or gain weight? And they come to different conclusions. One basically says diet soda is actually effective at helping you lose weight. The other one disagrees with that and says, no, it actually causes people to gain weight. They're both scholarly studies. They've both done research. How do we understand why they came to different conclusions? Okay. Now, in order to do this, I'm going to give you guys a Google Doc. This will be a shared Google Doc that everyone in your group can contribute to. I'm going to share it with you guys, so look for an email with the link in it coming ultimately Thursday morning, probably. And I'll have the citations here for you already. But you'll have Peters on one side and Fowler on the other. And I want you to think about currency. I want you to think about authority. Are these good scholars? Are they people that, we should trust? What do we know about them? What about the study population or design? Okay, what about bias? Do we think there's bias? What do we learn from this source? Okay, what I want you guys to do is to start sort of identifying, filling in these boxes. Okay, so your group, somewhere between 6, 8, maybe 9 people in it, sort of depending on your group. You don't have to fill in everything, but I want everyone in the group to contribute something to this document over the course of this week. Okay, later in the week, I'm going to actually come in, make some comments, and ask you guys to review those comments, and we'll start doing a discussion on the discussion board next week. But this week, I want us to work on kind of filling out this template that I will share with you as a Google Doc to sort of start framing out your thoughts. We'll use this template throughout the course of this unit a couple different times, okay? So, currency, authority, study population, study design. I have some questions here you might want to try to answer, and all you have to do basically is put the answer in here, okay? Okay, that's all we really need to do for this this week. Fill in 2 boxes, 3 boxes. Comment on your peers. Add to what your peers have added there, etc., etc., etc. Okay. That's going to give us a little bit of sort of background information for a discussion that we're going to take in next week. So like I say, head to your group's Google Doc. Again, that's going to come via email just because of the way this works. Start by filling in that document as a group. Folks can add to it over this week, or you can meet to do it together. And then starting next week, you can start discussing in this discussion board. And again, this will all be clear in the video next week about what you identified, why those 2 articles disagree. I will comment on the Google Docs during the week, and then I'll come in and comment on your discussions next week. One last thing I had forgotten initially, it's on the to-do list up here, but I forgot it down here. I've now added it. It's the essay 1 reflection, okay? There are 2 things here. One is the document, and then one is a place to turn it in. If you go to the document, okay, you will click that, and it will say, do you want to make a copy of this? What this will actually do is put a copy in your Google Docs. So I'm able to put one single document in there, and everyone can make a copy of it. And I actually want this in your Google Docs because we're going to edit it a bunch of times over the course of the semester. So what you're going to do, hit make a copy. It'll create a copy. It'll put it in your Google Docs. And what I want you to do here is you've just finished essay number 1. What do you think your strengths and weaknesses are on it? They can be in bullet points. You can write little short paragraph, a few sentences. But I want you to sort of identify what you think your strengths and weaknesses are here. This game plan part, no worries. Okay, we don't need to do anything with that right now. Okay, we'll come back to that later on. But for this week, really just need to do this part that I'm just going to change color on here for you so you can see we're going to do that little bit red part this week. So what I want you to do, fill that out, and you'll see, go back to week 4 here. Sorry about that. You will make, click this link. It'll make that copy of that document. What I want you to do, fill it in. When you're done, I'm going to try to move the screen so you can see this. If you guys haven't done this before, Google Docs is pretty simple. All you have to do, download Microsoft Word, open document, rich text, PDF, doesn't really matter. At least the first 4 work really well. So if you want to just download it as a PDF or whatever, you can then just submit it to the assignment folder right here. Just so I know you did it, I'm not too concerned. This is in many ways a self-reflection document. I'll have you turn it in a bunch of times over the course of the semester. Okay? If you've got any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to let me know. I am here to help.